the International Secret Police.
Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero. Ceiling zero.
Leaving Carlos in disguise with the Atlantean expedition in the Sahara, Speed and Clint fly on to Kano. There they expect to gain the aid of the Emir, powerful ruler of the desert city, in their pursuit of the Octopus. Meantime, however, the Octopus, with forged credentials, which establish him as a member of the International Secret Police, wins the confidence of the Emir and warns him that two desperate criminals posing as secret police are coming to Kano to cause a revolt among the Emir's subjects. Consequently, when Clint brings his great plane down and asks for the Emir, he and Speed are taken to jail instead of to a palace, and thus far have been unable to talk to anyone but the guard.
But I tell you, man, if we could only speak to the Emir in person, we'd clear up this mistake.
You can see no one. You stay here behind bars for a long time.
No use, Clint. Looks like we're going to be stuck here in Kano for a long time.
Oh, but we can't be, Speed. It's imperative that we get some satisfaction and learn who framed us. We can't waste time in a stifling Kano jail while the Octopus is at large.
Looks like that's what we're going to do, all right.
No. I'll get to the Emir somehow.
I don't know how you're going to get past that guard. He's awful big and black. Besides that, there's a locked and barred door between us and him.
I'll try once more. Oh, guard!
Now, what you want?
If you won't take us to the Emir, will you at least take a note that I'll write? And our credentials. Well, that'll prove to him that we're not the desperate criminals he seems to think we are. There's also a letter from Commandant Ricard of the Kolembishar Legion Post introducing us. Now, would criminals carry such a letter?
I do not understand your talk.
Well, then bring someone here who does.
No. You keep quiet. I go now, but we'll be back soon with food for you.
Food. As if we could eat in our predicament.
Boy, it's sure hot in here.
Of course it is, with the blazing sun beating down on this flat-topped building. Yeah, but they build their jail strongly here in Kano. There's no way of getting through that door without a key.
If we could only get word to Chief Riley.
If we could get word to anybody that we've contacted in Africa, but we can't. That's the maddening thing of it. They've confiscated our plane, our papers, everything. We're completely helpless, Speed. And I think I know who's responsible for the whole thing.
The Octopus?
Right. But the thing that puzzles me is how he could win over the Emir. From what Commandant Ricard said, the Emir is very strict about maintaining law and order. How could the Octopus approach him?
For all we know, the Octopus might be in Kano right now. Maybe with the Emir.
Yes, and here we are, caught like rats in a trap. We've got to get to him, Speed. We've got to get out somehow. And we've got to do it quickly.
I'm most sorry that you must depart, Mr. Barlow. But at least you were able to stay long enough to learn that those criminals, the one who claims to be you and the boy, are safe behind bars.
That is most gratifying. And you, as the Emir of Kano, will be accorded great honor for capturing these two.
I have word that they are causing the guards a great deal of trouble. They insist on being brought into my presence.
But of course. And if they succeed, they will tell you the most convincing story that you ever heard, Your Highness. Therefore, it would be best if you did not see them at all, but ordered their execution without further delay.
In the past, my prisoners have always been given a fair trial.
But you have never had such prisoners as these. You are a king, and I would not think to attempt to dissuade you in whatever you may do. But I beg of you, for your safety, for the safety of Kano, destroy these two before they destroy you.
I shall meditate on what you have told me, Mr. Barlow. Allah shall give me the true answer.
So be it. I know you will be led rightly. But now I must leave you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Your Highness. With those two enemies of mine out of the way, I can continue on my way with other duties with a free mind. A very free mind.
It is I who should be grateful to you, Mr. Barlow. Grateful for your warning and your advice. I hope that you will pass our way again.
Thank you, Your Highness.
What is that? Another airplane?
It would seem so.
We have not had so many planes land here at Kano before.
There will soon be one less, Your Highness, for I must leave immediately. But do not forget, destroy your prisoners.
I shall deal with them as they deserve. You may depend on that.
that was that came in an hour ago, Clint. And then right after that, another one left. It wasn't the same plane. Its motor was different sounding.
I don't know, Speed. To tell the truth, I'm not much interested. All I can think of is how to get out of here.
If Carlos doesn't hear from us within a reasonable time, do you think he'll suspect trouble?
Not for a while. Remember, we talked with him over short wave, just before landing at Kano, and told him we wouldn't call him again until we'd seen the Emir. He won't suspect anything for several days, perhaps.
Gosh knows what'll have happened to us by that time. If they threw us in jail in spite of all our credentials and stuff, I think they'd do away with us just as quick, and without giving us any more chance.
There was only some way we could get word to Carlos.
Clint!
What?
The ring! The ring Carlos gave me!
What? Ring? Oh, you mean that voodoo ring?
Yeah, he said it'd protect me against any of the jungle tribes. Well, why not the Nigerians? They're black.
But they're not savages, Speed.
I know, but maybe they'll recognize this ring. Maybe they still have enough voodoo left in their systems to at least listen to us. Can't I try it on that guard?
Well... Oh, why not? We've tried everything reasonable. Maybe something like a voodoo ring might impress that idiot more than any words of mine.
Won't do any harm to try. Guard! Guard!
Can't be very far away.
Guard! Hey, guard! Keep your fingers crossed, Clint. I hope this works. Look, there's a shaft of sunlight falling across the door. I'm going to wait until he gets right close to us, and then I'm going to stick my hand out so the sun will fall right on that ring.
Well, go ahead. Plan whatever you want, Speed. It's all your idea.
Why do you cry out? You make too much noise. You keep quiet or I silence you.
Oh, yeah? After seeing this ring?
Oh, Hirabananga.
Huh?
It's working, Speed. Follow it through.
Yeah. I order you to take us to the Emir. Right now. I order it by this ring.
Yes. Yes. I obey. I obey.
Now then, lead us to the Emir.
Yes. Yes. Follow me.
Clint, Carlos sure gave me something here in this ring.
Oh, thank heaven. Well, we're not out of this mess yet, Speed. Your voodoo ring worked on this god, but the Emir is a Mohammedan. We'll need more than a ring to convince him we're not criminals.
Gosh, look at the crowd out here, Clint. And they all seem excited about something. It's that plane, see over there? Must be the one we heard land a while back. Crowds all around it.
Well, their excitement explains why we have been unobserved so far, Speed. Did you notice that guard practically sneaked us out of the jail? He didn't call for any of the other guards to take us to the Emir. Evidently, he fears what he's doing, all right. But fears your voodoo ring even more.
Yeah. What was that name he called it? Monaga something?
I don't know. See, look at all those large cars. Evidently belong to the Emir and his staff. And those must be his personal guards mounted on their horses. The Emir must be near that plane, talking to whoever arrived in it.
Somebody important, all right. The Emir will sure be surprised when he sees us.
I rather imagine he will. It isn't the time I'd choose for such an interview. But we can't risk a delay at this stage of the game.
Our guard sure isn't wasting any time. He's plowing through the crowd like nobody's business. Look, Clint, even those uniformed fellas on horseback are letting us through. And look, that must be the Emir himself.
Yes, Speed. It is.
Gosh, what's he got on anyhow? A cloak of gold cloth and black ostrich feathers on his shoes. And Clint, look what he's got hanging on his legs. Pearl beads. Clint, you're not listening.
Huh? Speed, do you recognize that plane beside the Emir?
I've been so busy looking at him, I haven't paid much attention to. Why, it's one of our own secret police pursuit planes.
Exactly. And I'm going to find out who flew it here.
Whoever it is must be inside the plane, Clint. The Emir's talking to him.
Look, the Emir's bodyguards are trying to bar the way. Come on, Speed. We've got to get to the Emir.
What is the meaning of this unseemly uproar? Who are you?
We're members of the International Secret Police, whom you unjustly imprisoned, Your Highness. I'm Clint Barlow, and this is Speed Gibson.
How did you escape? Guards, return these two criminals to their cells.
No, you gotta listen. Here, let me go.
I demand to hear it.
Take them away.
Oh, why don't you listen to them, Your Highness? You can never tell about these secret police. They might tell you something interesting.
Barney!
Barney Dunlap! Is it really you?
Well, if it ain't, I'm fooling a lot of people, including myself.
Barney! Gosh, I never was so glad to see anybody in my life as I am to see you.
Hi, kid. Makes me feel kind of good seeing you again.
But you're supposed to be in India with the fever. How on earth did you get here?
In the plane, Clint. Remember, I can fly 'em, too.
So this is your plane. But how come?
Now, look, it's a long story, fellas, and I think we'd better do some explaining to His Highness here. Last he heard, you were desperate criminals or something. What'd you do, rob a bank?
Somebody framed us, and I've got a hunch it was the Octopus. I'll soon find out. If the Emir will only give us an audience and listen to our story.
Yeah, he had us thrown into jail without even seeing us.
But I do not understand. Are these friends of yours, Mr. Dunlap?
Friends? They're my pals, Your Highness. And whatever they tell you is the truth. You can depend on that.
But it is impossible. This man claims to be Clint Barlow, yet Mr. Barlow flew away just after you landed, Mr. Dunlap.
What?
Yes, he was unable to fly himself due to an accident, he said, but he had his own pilot. He possessed credentials which established him as Clint Barlow of the secret police and told me that 2 desperate criminals were coming to Kano, claiming to be members of the secret police, but really planning to cause a revolt among my people.
Hey, I saw that fella take off. Dressed like an Arab, wasn't he?
Yes, disguise or so he said.
How did this man look, Your Highness?
I cannot remember that so well. His burnous shadowed his face, but I do remember his eyes. Strange eyes, burning, almost hypnotic.
Clint, that must have been the Octopus, right here in Kano.
Yes, Speed. And he almost fixed it, so we'd be here in Kano for some time to come. But now, with Barney back with us, we'll beat him at his own game.